this video, we'll be hunting a box of nickels. Be looking for any older ones from before 1960, including silver war nickels, buffalo nickels, or anything older, as well as any foreigns, proofs, heirs, or varieties, or any other cool things we can find. Do just have one box right now, but if it doesn't produce enough finds, I will get a second box to add onto the hunt. Have checked for enders, and we do have one ender, and it's a pretty good one. Right here, we have a 1939 ender, so we already have at least one 30s nickel in the box, which is awesome, so it's definitely a good sign. So, let's get started on the hunt, and I'll bring you in on our first find. Roll 5, we have the first 40s find of the hunt, and it is 1947 out of Philly, pretty decent shape. Roll number 8, we're going to have our second find from the 40s, and it's a really nice one, just a few coins into the roll. It's a 1946, and it's in really nice shape. I'd say probably AU. A little bit of a stain on the front, but really nice shape either way. And it's going to be a 1946 San Francisco. Not a semi-key date, but very hard date to find in this condition. Super cool find. Don't think it's going to upgrade my personal collection. I already have a full BU set, but either way, really nice find in the box. Just opened roll 13. We're going to have the first 4 out of the box. It's just going to be a Canadian nickel right here. It's just going to be a modern one, just a 1999. Just opened roll 15. We're going to have another Canadian in this roll. This one is more near the middle. This one's here. Another modern one. This one's a 2000. And the next roll is our 1939 ender. So I'll go through this roll, and I'll bring you in when I have that roll opened. Just open the roll with the ender. Don't see anything else in the roll, but we do have that 1939. Oldest find of the box. Only the third older Jefferson of the hunt. Hoping it can pick up. Pretty worn. Datlobio mint mark. Let's see. And doesn't have a mint mark, just a common 39 Philly. Doesn't look like it's doubled either, but definitely take a nickel from the 30s. Roll 27. We're finally going to have the first couple 50s of the box. We have a 1953 from Denver and a 1959 out of Denver. Pretty slow hunt so far. Hoping you can pick up or we can get a cool find. Roll 31. We have a few more finds, so it's definitely picking up a little bit, which is good to see. We have another find from the 40s, 1946 from Philly, 2 from the 50s, a 1951 from Philly, as well as a 1958 out of Denver. Just opened roll 34. We're going to have a third Canadian of this roll right here. It's just another modern one, 1984. Roll 37. We have another find from the 40s. It's pretty damaged, but we do have a 1941 San Francisco. Just grabbed roll 39 out of the box, and I do check the bottom for enders, but I don't know how I missed this one. It's so worn, but it is a 1942. Could be a war nickel. Doesn't really look like it, but it's so worn down. I guess it could just be a weird colored one. Open the roll, see what we have. Just got the roll open. We're going to have another find as well, which I'll pull out first. See a 59 back here. It's a 59 from Denver. We do have our ender here. It's still not looking too silvery to me. And it's not just a regular 1942 Philly, but definitely take a transition year nickel. Roll 40, we have a couple more finds from the 50s. We have 1957 from Denver, as well as a 1959. It's also from Denver. Roll 42, we have a couple more finds. One more from the 40s and from the 50s. 40s is a 1940 from Philly, and the 50s is another 59 from Denver. Roll 47, we have another find from the 40s, a pretty worn 1948, minted in Denver. Just finished hunting box number 1, and I am going to add another box into the hunt since it was a bit of a slow box. Decent spread of dates in the older Jeffersons, but we didn't get any silver or buffaloes or anything like that. I'd say my favorite find was that nice 1946 San Francisco. Also did get one from the 30s. Few Canadians, and we did get a 2009 from Philly as well, so not too bad of a box, but just no super awesome finds. So I will add a second box onto this video, and I'll be back when I have another box to add. I am back with nickel box number 2 for the hunt. Have already looked for enders, and I don't see any enders for the box, so hoping to get some cool finds from inside the rolls, and I'll bring you in on the first find, nickel box number 2. Roll 4, we have the first find of box 2. It's just a 40s nickel, 1946 from Philly. Roll 6, and we have a second 40s nickel for the box. This time we have 1948 from Denver. Roll 10, we have a couple finds this time. First, we have another 1946 from Philly, and we have the first 50s of the box, 1955 from Denver. Roll 16, we have a couple of finds from the 50s. We have 1954 from San Francisco, and another 1955 Denver. Roll 21, and I'm excited to report that I did just uncover a silver. First, we already do have a few more that I pulled aside from this roll. 1940 out of Philly, 1942 out of Philly, non-silver, but good to see a transition here, and also 1954 Denver. I didn't see it by the edge since it's not super green like they usually are, but this is definitely going to be a silver. It's 1944 out of Philly, 35% silver war nickel. First silver of the hunt, didn't get any in box number 1, definitely great to see that. Only my second silver nickel on the year, haven't hunted as many nickels this year. Just couldn't get boxes and took a couple breaks, but definitely glad to see a silver again. So it's an awesome roll, a few 40s and a war nickel also. That's an awesome find. Roll 25, halfway point of box number 2. This roll had one from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. First 30s nickel of the second box, and it's pretty damaged. It's just a 1939 on Philly. Still cool to see. The 40s was another damaged coin, 1949 out of Philly. And the 50s was 1958 from Denver. Just opened roll 28, and I see a couple of finds in this roll. First thing I saw was it's going to be the first foreign of the second box. Looks like Canadian nickel, which it is. It's just a 1985. Also saw 50s as well near the start of the roll, right here. It's 1956 out of Denver. Just opened roll 30, and it's like a repeat of just what I showed you because we have another Canadian and 50s nickel that I see. Canadian right here, second Canadian of this box is a 1999, and I do see another 50s right here. It's just a 1958 from Denver. Roll 31, we have a couple more older nickels. We have another one from the 40s, 1941 from Philly, and another 1959 Denver. Next roll, we have another 40s nickel. This one is yet another 1946 Philly. Roll 40 had quite a few finds. It was a pretty good roll. We have one from the 30s, one from the 40s, and 3 from the 50s. The 30s is just another 1939 out of Philly, but we'll definitely take it. The 40s is a 1940 out of Philly. Then 3 50s, we have a 1951 out of Philly, 1955 Denver, and 1958 out of Denver. That was an awesome roll. Last roll, we have a couple final finds to show. First, we have another one from the 40s. It's pretty slick, 1949 Denver. And then we also have another 1959 out of Denver. Now, let's go on to the wrap-up. 2 nickel boxes have been hunted, so let's go over the finds. We end up with 5 foreigns, all just Canadians. Newest was 2000, oldest was 1984. Also did get 2009s, 1P and 1D. Older Jeffersons definitely made up the majority of the finds. Lots of good span of years. Nicest ones were this 1946S in AU condition, definitely a cool find. Also did get 3 from the 30s, all 39 Phillies, but we'll definitely take it. Then definitely the best find of the hunt was the silver we got in 1944 Philadelphia silver war nickel, 35% silver. Always great to get silver in the hunt. Definitely made it a great hunt. So it's definitely a fun 2-box nickel hunt.